we are now moving to a music video this time for Either Way. So very cool. I'm actually pretty excited. Their music videos have been actually like super sick. So let's check out and see if that continues as well.
누가 내 말투가 재수없대 잘난 척만 한대 또 누구는 내가 너무 착하대 바보 같을 정도래 가끔은 이해조차 안 되는 시선들 억울하기도 하지만 오해가 만든 수많은 나와 얘기해 우리 모두 다 나야 Either way I'm good 전부 좋다고 누가 맞고 틀린 게 아닌걸 모두 다르게 살아가듯 Either way I'm good
Look at that blue hair.
Either way
I was gonna say, was that it?
있습니다. 행주대교 북단에서 뚝섬까지 1시간 정도 예상되고요. 서쪽 이동에는 올림픽대로 정체도
내게는 언니 같은 친구인데 어리광이 심하대 털털한 줄 알았던 저 아이는 마음이 너무 약한걸 제 아이라서 그래 넌 이라서 그래 됐고 그냥 비난하자 Either way you're good 전부 좋다고 누가 맞고 틀린 게 아닌걸 모두 다르게 사랑하듯 Either way you're good Either way I 또 다른 난 누가 맞고 틀린 게 아니야 모두 다르게 살아가듯 전부 좋다고 사랑과 미움 모두 다 가지면 되는 거야 하나만 고를 필요 없는 거야 Either way we're good 웃어주자구 이렇게
Wow. It's magic. That's actually a really interesting song. Honestly, I kind of really like the lyrics here. Okay, this is one of those times where I feel like, yeah, we can talk about the song, we can talk about the music video, but in reality, I think the interesting thing for me, okay, wow, this song, in a lot of ways for me, I want to talk about the lyrics more than anything. First and foremost, I think that the interesting thing is talking about your self-perception and the perception that people have, and usually the two very much don't line up. If I'm being real, like, I feel like I've been very fortunate in being able to be who I am in a lot of ways. I am very open. Like, there's pretty much nothing that I won't answer. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's gotten me in a little bit of trouble. But like, I always find it interesting, like if I'm kind of pulling back the veil a little bit, for me personally, like, who I am on camera is almost like identical to who I am. If I'm being real, I don't have anything to hide. The biggest difference is that I probably just talk more. And I've said this before, but you know, the truth of the matter is one of the things that always helps out, especially if I start to have like some anxiety problems. One thing that I always have to rely on is doing the whole thing, like, what can you control and what can't you control? Think about everything around you, and then what can you control and what can't you? And then just realize that you can work within those means, and that will generally fix things for me. So, for example, if you talk to 1,000 people and you say exactly as it is, you're open, you're honest, 1,000 people will have a different version of you. So what does it matter? You know, either way, it's good. That's the whole point of the song. And it's probably pretty different. And like, I'd really like to be able to talk to some idols about this, but obviously, like, I don't really have access to that. But the truth of the matter is for me personally, like, I know like Jackson Wang is pretty open and honest about stuff within the idol industry that he can talk about. But you know, it's also very different for girl groups and K-pop. Like, it's they're kind of fighting an uphill battle. But anyway, one of the things that I like here is this misunderstandings that make up the countless versions of me, and then all of them are me in the end. So yes, technically, like, no matter what, it's still you. And I always kind of like this saying that I heard once where it said to me, like, I'm sorry for what the version of me did to you, because, you know, even though, like, yeah, like, that's the saying, is like, I'm sorry what the version of me did to you, you know, like, even though it's kind of like, that's not who I am, that's just how you perceive me. And I like that thought process, if I'm being real. I think it's actually very cool. Like I said, in an industry that like IVE is in, it's very different. So like, I'm definitely afforded a lot more, I would say, ability to talk about openly how I feel about things. I have seen a few comments saying like they have had some hate towards them, and you know, I think that's just like every group at this point. But you know, no matter who it is that you're talking to, you can ask 1,000 people what they think about IVE, whether fans or not, and they're still going to have a different version of them. And yeah, I mean, the best idea is to love yourself for who you are, and I think that that's more important, and kind of coming to terms with that is huge. So that's what I've grown. I kind of like pulled out of this anyway. Let me know what y'all think about this, though. I really like this song. I kind of like a good soft song, basic, kind of deeply emotional. It's cool. I appreciate that a lot. So anyway, let me know what y'all think. We'll just discuss this down in the comments below. Thank you, and dulce pare kilam.